morning, this is Whitney with the Yoga Art Space Studio, and today our practice is a strength-based practice called Yogilates. And so we'll start off laying all the way onto our backs. Begin by giving yourself several good deep breaths, connecting inward to this powerhouse. Find a dedication for your practice today, imagining that as we're exerting our physical energy, you're also helping feed energy to this dedication that you have today. What's a cause worth fighting for today? With this simple question to lead us onward, let's begin with bridge pose, planting both feet close to the glutes, hands are on the floor next to the hips. Inhale, lift up the tailbone, rise up one vertebrae at a time to a high lifted bridge pose. Exhale, return back down one vertebrae at a time. Repeat that a few times. Inhale, lift one vertebrae at a time, and exhale, return down. This inhale and exhale is vitally important in Yogilates. With the inhale, we're feeding our body energy, and with that exhale, we're dispelling carbon dioxide. So let's take 5 more. Inhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Taking the right ankle up onto the left thigh, left fingertips behind the ear. The right arm extends out to the right and stays in this position. Exhale, we try to touch this left elbow up to the right knee. Inhale, return down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it out. Left ankle up, and 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little break, dropping that left ankle down. Use the breaths in and out to keep the body feeling good and alive, recovering, preparing for the next. From here, right ankle back up, hands on the floor next to the hips. We take bridge pose. This first one, I want you to peek up at your hips, noticing what you have to do to keep the hips level. Right hip not dropping down or lifting higher up. Keep them level and return back down. Let's repeat 5 more. 5 and 4, 1, right arm to the right, left fingertips behind the ear, going up for 10, and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little break, thread the arms through and around that left leg. Relax the head back down. Feel the right hip stretch. Body relaxing, feeling good, feeling alive. Right ankle drops down, left ankle comes up, hands on the floor. Bridge pose. Remember, peek up for this first one, checking in with what muscles you have to engage to keep the hips level, and relax down. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right away, 10 with the obliques. Left arm to the left, right fingertips behind the ear. Twist right elbow to left knee, and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Thread the fingers around that right thigh. Relax the head back down. Feel the hip open. Okay, when we release, we drop both feet down to the earth, both fingertips behind the ears, and we're going to do circular crunches. Our whole torso tries to trace a circle. We'll go one direction first, so possibly clockwise, and right away switch directions. So lifting the head, neck, and shoulders up, twist one of the elbows up to opposite knee, lift through the center, twist other elbow, and down, reverse. Exhale, inhale, slow exhale, full lift, and inhale down. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Good. Relaxing the head down. Let the feet walk as wide as the mat. Knock the knees inward toward one another. Return the feet back through the center. Left foot stays planted, right leg slides long. Hands are on the floor next to the hips. From here, we do our bridge pose where right leg will lift up to the sky first, and then hips lift up, and then hips down, leg down. Going for 10, right leg lifts, and then hips lift. Hips down, leg down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Plant the right foot. You feel that left glute alive for sure. And so extend left leg lifts, hips left, hips down, leg down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring both knees into the chest. Do a few little circles with the knees. This massages the glutes, maybe the low back, depending on where you're feeling it. Both legs will point up to the sky. Try to keep your legs as straight as possible. Flex the toes toward your torso. And from here, when we exhale, we're trying to touch the fingers to the toes if possible. Inhale back down. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, right hand reaches up to left foot and then left to right. So here's 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Bend the knees, relax the head down. Do a few more hip circles. Building that one step further, extend the toes back up to the sky. With this one, bring the hands together, arms straight, arms reach up overhead. With any exhale, we touch the forearms to the side of one thigh. Inhale back down, up overhead. Exhale, second side, and repeat. So here's 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, and 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Both hands go around the right leg, relax the left leg down, head down. We're just giving this right leg a good stretch for a moment, however much it's willing to at this point in time. Maybe ankle rolls if that feels nice, not required. Feel that heart rate calm, body feeling very alive. And switch to the other leg, a nice stretch. Muscularly going to do switches. If that's a little bit too much, use your hands to help pull the top leg up at the very top. So either way, choose your hand position. Top leg goes straight, bottom leg hovers, and exhale, switch, exhale, switch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax the knees in. Getting a lot of stuff in a very short period of time. You're doing great. Arms spread open to left and right. The knees take a 90-degree angle. We tilt our legs partway to one side. Exhale brings us back. It's less about momentum of just swinging, more about that deep contraction, helping you return. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Adding in just a little bit more difficulty this time. When we tilt to one side, we extend and bend the legs 3 times. Over to the other side, tilt, pause, 3, 2, 1. Let's take 5 more to each side. Here's 5, 3, 2, 1, through the center. 5, 2, 1, over other side. 4, 2, 1, and 4, 2, 1, and 3 more. 3, 2, 2, 1. Good. Tilting both knees over to the left. You've earned a very good rest. A lot of those poses we've done back to back have to do with the obliques. So helping to stretch through the long side part of the waist. Knees up and over to the other side. It's very fun watching sunrises from one morning to the next, because the sunrises will be so different from one another. You never know exactly what to expect. Quite fun about the sky. A few more breaths. Okay. Now this next one has multiple parts. It's pretty difficult to do the full thing, and so if you're choosing even just the very first variation of it, know that that's still building your core strength. That's absolutely fine. No need to try to hurt your back going too much too quickly. The very first variation would be simply crunches. The legs extend long, the arms reach up overhead. You try to crunch yourself to lift under as much as you can. Than the rest of us, so go at our counting pace in how long you continue to repeat stuff, but you'll be doing a lot more reps in between. You could probably do 3 to 6 reps in the space that it takes others to do their reps. The second variation is full rolling up to stretch over the toes. and rolling all the way back down. And then the third variation, the hardest, is once you've done that full roll up and down, you then plant your hands, lift both legs up to the sky, try to lift the hips off the ground, just see how far back you can go, and then with control, roll your hips back to the earth. So if you're doing that full set of the roll up and then the jackhammer with the toes, then we'll be taking 5 of those. If you're doing any of the others, just keep on going until those with the 5 full cycles are completely finished. Okay, so arms up overhead, inhale, exhale, everybody lifts. And back down, inhale, clap the hands, exhale, legs up, and inhale, slowly down. Exhale, up, stretch over the legs, and legs up. 3, 2, last one. Feeling the whole abdominal area being stretched long. Now our practice today, we're including strength from all sorts of areas of the body. We've done obliques, we've done quite a bit of psoas, and so here we're going to turn onto our side. I'll take it onto my left side body to do a little bit of leg work. So as we're here, you're creating a banana shape. So the torso's in one line, the legs angle in, and they're also in a straight line. If you can rest your head on that bottom arm, that's great. If you need to just rest the head on the shoulder instead, that's also fine. The top hand is here to help keep our shoulders and our core stable, stuck in one place. With this first movement, our upper thigh rotates upward as much as the kneecap can point up to the sky. And from here, a huge exhale will bring the leg up, and then slow inhale, return down. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest that leg on top of the other. Take a few breaths. Now the top leg hovers parallel with the ground. Bottom foot rises up to touch and down. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest both legs down. Now top leg is going to trace circles about the size of a basketball. We're going to go for 10 circles one direction and then switch 10 the other. So start with hovering that top leg. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. You start to feel some of those outer thigh muscles working really hard. We've got one last exercise before we switch sides. This one's hot potatoes. The top foot taps on the ground in front of the other foot twice. Inhale, it hops up. Exhale, tap twice behind, inhale up. So here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting both thighs on top of one another, bend the knees, press your hands into the earth, rising up, keeping the legs tucked in just like this. The farther hand from the legs stretches up and over. Good. Rising up, swivel the legs to be on the other side of your body. Lay long onto that side body, head in the hand. The legs angle slightly forward like that banana shape. Top hand resting on the ground in front of your torso. The first position is rotate the thigh up as much as you can. Quick exhale to let the leg rise up. Inhale, slow lower down. Going for 10 now. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest for a few breaths. Next, top leg is level with the ground. Level with the hip. Bottom leg rises up to touch it. 10 and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest both thighs down for a moment. Next are the leg circles, size of a basketball, 10 to one direction, 10 to the other. Let the leg hover, going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. We're almost there. One more exercise left. You can do it. Always remember too, if you need to take breaks, that's always allowed. You don't have to ask me. You don't have to have permission. Just take breaks. This is you with your body. Okay, when you're ready, hot potatoes. Tapping twice in front of the other foot. Hop up. Tap twice behind. Going for 10 sets. Tapping 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend the knees in. Press the hands into the ground to rise up. Keeping the toes tucked in on this side. Stretch the farther hand up and over. Good. As we rise, the bottoms of the feet come together for a nice cobbler's pose. Posture lifts up tall. Start to tilt the hips forward. Relax your spine up and over. Stretches all sorts of things we were just working, getting a little bit of the outer thigh, a little bit of the inner thigh. It just feels good for that spine to get that break, resting up and over. really let the spine hang heavy, the head dropping down like a weighted ball at the end. Place the right hand on the right knee, straighten that arm, and left hand goes to the outside. This brings our nose over the left knee, gets a really good stretch through the obliques and through the back part of the muscles on that back right part. Go low through the center, switch it out, left hand on left knee, right hand off to the side. Straightening that left arm brings our nose over the right knee. Okay, go low through the center, take 2 or 3 extra breaths. As we rise, swing both legs around underneath the body. We're coming to a high kneeling position. And from here, the first thing that we're going to do is, with the posture up tall, lean directly to the side. Maybe the fingertips can touch the ground, maybe not. It's not so much about the touch, it's about letting those muscles on the farther side, the side that's away from the arm that's going down, letting those muscles expand, stretching as far as they can, and then those muscles contract to lift us back up. So going down to the other side and up. It's funny because this doesn't require much effort, but oftentimes I'll become sore the next day if I haven't done this in a while, just because this is muscle groups we haven't used in quite a while, either for stretching or for that contraction to bring us back up. Inhale. Exhale. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, both arms go out in front of us. Tuck the toes behind you if you have that space in the toes, that stretchability. We lean partway back. This engages the quad muscles. When you lean back, one arm takes a backstroke and then circles around to rise. Our body is back up tall through the center. Second side backstroke and up. Just 5 and 5. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Good. Take a moment with child pose. Planting the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips into downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling the legs out a little bit. And when you're ready, start to walk the hands backwards toward the direction of the feet. Just do a couple of inches at a time, helping the stretch go deeper and deeper in that forward fold. And then here up at the top, just feel the body relaxing heavy, and I stretch through the hamstrings, through all those muscles on the back of the leg. Inhale, circle through the sides, stretch up, arch back. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Here we're going to take 3 rounds of Pilates push-ups. Just follow me. When you get to the push-up part of it, you can be on the knees, you can be in a full plank position push-ups, whatever works best for you. Remember, in our push-ups, rather than letting the elbows go wide, we're trying to keep the elbows squeezed in. Uses very different muscles in the body. So inhale, circle all the way up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, when the hands come down, we walk the hands forward into plank position, maybe dropping down to the knees. 5 push-ups. If you even just bend the elbows a little bit and press up, that counts. So here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise back up to downward facing dog. Walk the hands backwards, building the flexibility through this part of it. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more rounds, just like that. Inhale, float up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, as the hands drop down, walk forward. Maybe drop to knees. Going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and downward facing dog. Walking backwards. One more set. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, planting the hands. Start to walk forward. One last set, maybe drop to knees for this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. And start to walk back. Inhale up to the sky. And exhale, hands down to the heart. We're going to start transitioning into our last couple of strengthening movements, and then with some nice stretches just to lengthen everything out that we just worked. So with this one, we step our right foot forward. We're on the back toes. The front knee is always bent. The back knee bends to lower ourselves down. We don't have to touch all the way to the ground. Just go lower and straighten it back up. Going back down, here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, find yourself planting the left hand down, twisting the right hand all the way up to the sky. When that right hand comes down, it comes to the inside of the front foot. We start working the back heel down, walking all the hands through the long edge of the mat, toes turn to that long edge, and a nice forward fold. Maybe grab onto the ankles, letting the elbows bend out to the sides as you pull yourself further down to the ground. Bending the knees, hands come up to the hips, roll the spine up, turn to the other side of the mat. So left toes forward, come up onto the ball of that right foot, front knees bent, back leg starts off straight. Use your hands to help you find balance, going down 10 and 9, 8, 7, 1. Dropping the right hand down, left hand twist up to the sky. When this hand comes down, once again we walk everything to the long edge of the mat, both legs straighten. Perhaps you're taking the same option, grabbing onto ankles, or maybe this time you're reaching hands through the legs, walking further and further backwards. Planting the hands underneath you, start to walk the hands up toward the top edge of the mat. Step that front foot back, lower all the way down onto your belly, and we're going to take Sphinx pose. This helps to stretch the abdominal muscles that we worked so hard today. So hands plant down, drag the hands and the elbows backwards towards your body without actually letting them move. What that does is pull the heart and the chest forward and through so that you get that really good abdominal stretch. We don't want to crank the head backwards, rather keep the head in a long line connected to the rest of the spine. Feel those deep belly breaths happening as we're starting to cool ourselves back down after this practice. The right hand swings in parallel to the top of the mat. Left hand grabs the left toes. Let's pull it in for a beautiful quadricep stretch, especially after that last lunging thing that we did, as well as the back strokes. Each of those worked through the quads. Another inhale. And exhale, drop this left arm in front of you. Right arm takes its turn to reach back to the right toes. When you release, press your way back into a child's pose. The knees can be narrow or wide, your choice. Stretch the arms long in front of you, sit the hips back. From here, to make sure we stretch the oblique muscles, we worked that quite a few times at the beginning. Walk both hands off the left edge of the mat as far as you can reach, and then try to relax the head downward again. It may not get all the way down. Just relax it downward. If you can get the right hand on top of the left hand, that helps it go even deeper through that stretch. Walk both hands through the center, over to the second side. This time, left hand on top of right hand as you stretch through those left side ribs. Return back to the center, taking 3 or 4 more breaths, just reminding the spine what the straight, long position feels like. As we walk back up, sit to one side of the feet, extend the legs long in front of you. Let's take one last stretch for the hamstrings. Inhale, circle up to the sky, straightening the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Straighten the spine up, roll onto your back one vertebrae at a time, nice and long, nice and slow. When you're all the way down, if there's any last stretches you need to be comfortable in your body heading into our Shavasana pose, take those last things until you're all the way ready to release the body comfortably open, letting our breath rule us for these last few minutes. That's all we need to focus on. Deep inhales, long exhales. Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Introducing little movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching it out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Rolling over to the side in a fetal position. Enjoying 3 or 4 more breaths until you're ready to come up to a comfortable seated place. Pressing all the way up. Join our hands together in front of the heart. Bring to mind that idea that you dedicated your practice to today. Imagine any energy you fed to that idea, helping it to come to fruition, become more and more true for you. We feel our strength. We feel our hope for a good day yet to come. And so with this beautiful idea to help lead us onward, let's wrap up this time we shared together with the sound of Om. Inhaling together now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.